Global Leaders with Rajiv Mothie.
We're live right here, Global Leaders KZN 2025. I'm with the incredible Neil Barker doing some amazing things in the country. Must check out his profile. Neil, talk to us. Who is Neil?
Neil is different things. He's mostly an entrepreneur in the hospitality, advertising, and wine industry as well. Family, friend, I'm all of those, but I would mostly say businessman, entrepreneur.
Most definitely. I mean, I've seen the profile. You Google Neil Barker, you'll see all the business accolades just come up. Neil, I know you wear many different hats. You know, the family man, the businessman, the entrepreneur, the philanthropist. What are the secrets to your success?
Determination. You can't stop. Nothing comes easy, and I think a lot of people start a business, for example, and they think it's going to be an overnight success and they're going to make a lot of money. I had to lose a lot before I actually gained a lot, and a lot of people don't wait for that. They don't see the end result, and they don't see it through.
It's interesting you mentioned that. You know, when I had Mr. Vivian Reddy yesterday, we're doing an interview, he mentioned that exact same thing. You know, when he came out here in this exact area with $500 in his pocket, and there was no Radisson Blue at the time, and he says, I will make that happen. You got to have that vision. Neil, what advice do you have for young entrepreneurs out there?
I think mostly when you do see that it's becoming difficult to make your business work, it's actually just to keep on going. You know, in my early 30s when I started one of my companies, I ended up losing most of it. Didn't have a car, didn't have a house, nothing. And 10 years down the line, it's been a great success so far. And it's because I didn't give up. It's because I didn't stop at that point. I just kept on going at the end. So looking back at it, very happy. And my advice for people would be, again, just never stop. If you've got a passion and you actually like what you do, don't stop, see it through, and look at the end goal. And I've got a vision board that I put up every single year. And my vision board says, this is what I actually want to achieve this year from a personal side and from a business side. And I tick it off as I go along during the whole year. So draw up your vision board, make sure you actually follow it through, and then it'll be quite successful.
So I've heard that, and we had some of our influential personalities share that. So I want to ask for you, Neil, and I'm sure you track your vision board and you're like, I started it now, and what's the sort of conversion rate on your vision board, like from the things you write to the things you achieve, if I may ask?
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself. So I actually make sure I achieve every single thing on that vision board. From personal to business, I put 10 on every single year, at the beginning of the year, and I actually make sure it's 10 things that I'll be able to achieve. Some of them are hard, but I've never gone through a year where I haven't achieved it.
Wow.
And it's just because I'm quite determined and I actually make sure I achieve it. So if we juggle your personal and your business life quite well, you will be able to achieve those vision boards. Obviously, if I put up something that, I want to own Meta by the end of the year, it's not achievable.
Yes.
But if I say I want to own so many shares in Meta, and I can see from my personal and wealth goal, I'll be able to achieve it, then it's achievable. Then you put it in your goal, but it's obviously not easy. It is going to be difficult. You'll have to do well in business for you to earn that money, to be able to own those shares at the end. So make sure you do it. And don't leave it to the last minute. A lot of people, they do their vision boards, they get to October, November, and they realize, I'm not going to achieve it.
It's a bit late for the vision board in October.
Precisely.
So I just want to know, so sorry to cut you, because on the topic of vision boards, before we get to the next question, do you put timelines on your vision board?
I do. Beginning of the year, when I draw it up, I'll obviously look at my calendar of the year, make sure what I can achieve when, and when I want to achieve it by. I like actually achieving things very early, and I had one of my visions was, by the time I'm 40, I want to own so many properties, and ended up achieving that when I was 35.
Wow, congratulations.
And then I worked on my goal of the properties I wanted to own by the age of 50, and I actually achieved that before 40. So if you put it for April, make sure you achieve it in February already. And the more you achieve, the quicker, the more
better
you
feel,
achieve.
and the more you want to achieve more.
And it feels successful.
Exactly. So I love that. I think for the youngsters out there and youth entrepreneurs, and not just youngsters, I think anybody out there, it's not just about making the vision board. It's about
Yes.
following through the timing of the vision board, making sure you have measurable deadlines. And I love when Neil mentioned, I mean, be realistic about,
Precisely.
you know, if you want to get shares, if you want to be part of Meta, don't say I'm going to be owning Meta, rather say I'm going to get shares in Meta and work towards that. Neil, let's get into the interesting part. I'm sure a lot of you guys are waiting to hear this one. Neil, what are you currently working on and how can all our viewers get involved?
So I took on 2 projects at the end of last year. One was planned, one wasn't so planned. I walked into a lodge in Kruger and I absolutely loved the lodge when I walked in. And I was told it's for sale. And the next day I bought it.
Wow, congrats.
So that's one of my projects I'm working on. It's at Kruger Park. You get to the Crocodile River Bridge, you go to Kruger Marilla Lodge and Spa, and it's absolutely beautiful. You could be sitting in a swimming pool and a giraffe will be walking past you. That's one of the projects, and the other project is quite close to my heart. It's connected to my family as a whole, so the Barker family. I started a wine range last year, which is white, red and rosé from Stellenbosch. And we've started rolling that out about a month ago. The white one came out, the red and rosé should be going out next week, I believe, so early July. So that's going to be quite exciting, and those are 2 projects I'm busy working on. From a business point, obviously from a personal goal, something I work on quite closely is animal projects, and I have so done my whole life. I like giving back to those that don't have voices, and a lot of animals don't have voices. You can only see in their eyes, you can only see from their body what they've actually been through, and that's one of the projects that I keep on going on. So obviously going into Nelson Mandela month now and Nelson Mandela Day, I'll be working quite hard on that.
I love that. So not just a successful entrepreneur, a man who gives back to our fur babies, the ones who cannot talk to us but give us all that love. How can people get involved in your projects? Let's say somebody wants to invest in your very exciting Kruger National Park setup that you have that's going to be coming out. Can people invest? Can they visit? How does it work?
Look, contact me. I'm always open for investment. I'll never say no. And then we can actually talk.
Social media handles, Neil.
So if you on Instagram, if you look at me, it's Son of Barker. As I said, very proud of my surname. And on Facebook, LinkedIn, Neil Barker, you'll easily be able to find me.
And I'm not sure if possible an email address if anybody would like to contact you via email.
It's quite easy if you go to, I've got a website. If you go to my website, www.neilbarker.co.za, you'll be able to get all my information there.
A real celebrity, a man not just making a difference for himself, but empowering people. I love the work you're doing. I think it's so inspiring. And I think the fact that you've taken time to not just empower people around you, but empower the community. That's huge. That's huge.
Thank you so much.
Neil, before we love you and before we leave you, any shout outs to your friends, family and fans out there?
Well, I can only say thanks for all the support over the years. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, I always say surround yourself with successful people and they will inspire you. So I think I can only say that all my friends and families inspired me to also be successful over the past few years.
Well, big shout out to the Barker family. Any final words, Neil?
I think thank you and looking forward to seeing everybody on the big night.
There you have it. Neil Barker live right here, one of the top 100 influential men of South Africa. He's going to be on the 19th of July, the Sibaya Izulu Theatre. From myself, Rajiv Mothie, I've just got one thing left to say. You guys have just been motivated.
Global Leaders with Rajiv Mothie.